All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for coming. This is the smell test. All right, ladies and gentlemen, um, how to how to keep your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Okay, and that's important. Um, Welcome to our event. How to make your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Are you looking to secure funding for your business, but not sure how to make a strong impression on lenders? You're in the right place for this informative session where we will share tips and strategies to boost your business credibility. Learn about the key factors lenders look for and how to present your business in the best light. Okay? All righty. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Let's do it. Somebody got something to say. Yeah, she said, good morning. All right, we're going to share the screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you're in the chat or you're watching this on YouTube, put in the chat the name of your business and what type of business it is. Okay. Put that in the chat. That way we know what's going on here, what y'all do and stuff. Okay. Okay, so now you should be able to see my screen. Let's make this a little bit better. Like that right there. All right. We're looking okay? All right. Great. Okay, once again, everybody, my name is Noel A. Booker Sr. My website is businesscreditbuilder.us. All right. Now, check out the buttons on the bottom. How you get a free guide on how to build business credit. Just go to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide. If you want to have a meeting with me discussing any of the services that we provide, just schedule a free business credit consultation by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. And if you think you qualify for funding now, just go to businesscreditbuilder.us/get funding. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about the smell test. This is what I call it, the smell test, right? Because, and I'm doing this off the top of my dome for the most part, right? Um, the smell test is the first step in building up business credit. And this part is the first step is credibility, fundability, how to make your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Now, you don't have to actually be credible, you just have to look credible. Okay? And how you look credible is how you set up your business. Okay? And I'm going to tell you that this is the most important step in building business credit. Okay? Making your business credible in the eyes of the lender. And what that is this, right? This is what I'm saying is the most important. This is why this is the most important step, okay? Because when you fill out an application for an account or a loan or something, you have an application, right? The first thing is an application. And on that application, there are different fields, right? Each field that they are asking for information, they're actually doing something with that information. For example, there's a spot on the application for your business name. Well, what they are doing with that business name is they're looking up a database of all business names that are similar to the one that you put in. And if they can't find your business from the information you gave them, they could deny you and they don't have to tell you why. Now, what that really means is Now, you could be in a rush filling out this application. You abbreviate your name. You didn't put the dash in. Um, you didn't put the INC on the end of it and stuff like this. Your business name should be listed exactly the same as it is listed on your certificate that you got from the Secretary of State. Okay. It should be spelled exactly that way every single time you display your business name. Okay. And so they don't have to tell you why they denied you. So you can continue not putting the dash in, abbreviating the name, and they could deny you and they don't have to tell you why they denied you. So you're just doing it over and over again, not getting any place. That's why this is the most important. This is the most important step in building business credit. This first step, making your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Now, and when you're filling out this application, right? Each field, they're doing something. And if you don't pass this field, then that's a red flag. And as soon as you get a red flag, they're going to deny you and they do not have to tell you why. Okay? So we're going to go over the key pieces of what I call the smell test. Because when you fill out this application, right, this is just a smell test. They're not even trying to determine whether or not you qualify for the account. They're just trying to figure out if you are looking credible for their purposes, right? Which is just looking at the answers to these questions on the application. If you get a red flag on this application, they can deny you and they do not have to tell you why they denied you. See, when you're filling out this application and they're reviewing that, they're not determining whether or not you qualify. You have to pass the smell test first by all the stuff that's on the application. And then if you pass the smell test, then they send your application to the underwriting department. They're going to start looking at whether or not you qualify. So the underwriting department is going to get your information, be like, oh, they passed the smell test. So let's see if they really qualify. Now, when they're reviewing that application, they're not even considering whether or not you can qualify or not. They're just seeing if you can pass the basic stuff. If your business is credible, okay? They're trying to determine if your business is credible. And that's all this information on the application. And we're going to go through this application stuff because there's a lot of details that people don't really know about. It's really basic stuff. Okay? We're going to go over some of that stuff. Right? Okay. Now, I do want to go over why business credit is awesome, because business credit has no effect on your personal credit. There's no personal guarantee needed to build business credit. Business credit building is fast compared to personal credit, because with personal credit, there's 5 factors that affect your personal credit. With business credit, there's one factor that affects your business credit, and that's how you pay your bills. With business credit, you can offset current expenses. With business credit, you can increase approval amounts with better rates and terms. And no collateral, cash flow, or good credit is needed in order to build business credit. Now, one thing I want to bring to your attention are the 3 C's of lending, right? The 3 C's of lending. And this is what all lenders are going to be looking at once you pass the smell test. Okay? Once you pass the smell test, then they're going to look at the 3 C's, which is credit, collateral, cash flow. Credit, business credit or personal credit. They just want to see that you can pay bills. They want to see a proven record of where you have paid bills on time. Okay? Collateral and cash flow. Now, if you have all 3 of these C's, then you can possibly qualify for an SBA loan, which is the best money you can get for your business. But a lot of us don't qualify. If you have two of these three C's, then you could possibly qualify for a term loan. If you have one of these three C's, then there is money for you. No doubt about it, there's money for you. Now, if you have none of the three C's, then then we start with business credit. Okay. That's what we do. Ms. Chamberlain have a question. What if you are a brand new startup without any revenue yet? Well, if you're a brand new startup without any revenue, then it's good to start building up your business credit, right? So that you're making your business credible in the eyes of the lender, right? First, you make your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Then you start building up your business credit so that when you do start your business, you can use your business credit to help operate your business by offsetting expenses, right? Like, for instance, I don't know what your business is going to be, but for instance, you got to get some office supplies. So instead of buying the office supplies out of your pocket, you get the office supplies on credit, you go make the money, and then you pay the bill, right? That's how you use business credit. And every successful business should already have business credit built into how they operate. Okay? Any successful business should already have business credit built into how they operate their business. Because it's all about getting vendors that will report to the business credit reporting agencies. And these vendors could be stuff like gas, stuff like your inventory, stuff like supplies that you use to operate your business, tools, supplies, hair stuff, combs, brushes, whatever it is to operate your business, you get a vendor that's going to report it to the business credit reporting agency. Now you're operating your business and building business credit all at the same time. Ms. Chamberlain, I hope I answered that question for you. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's see. I wanted to say one more thing. Once you get business credit, you have access to loans and credit lines. Okay, so now we're gonna get down to the smell test. Okay, the smell test. Okay, so this is the first step in building a business credit. Now, I have webinars that do the whole full gamut of how to build business credit. But today, we're just talking about the smell test, right? Which is the most important piece in this whole thing. You cannot build business credit if your business is not credible in the eyes of the lender, okay? And that's what this section is going to be about. Making your business credible and fundable, okay? The perception lenders, vendors, and creditors have of your business is critical to your ability to build strong business credit. Before applying for business credit, a business must ensure it meets or exceeds all lender credibility standards. There are over 20 credibility points that are necessary for a business to have a strong, credible foundation. Okay, now let's start with your business name. You get your business name from the Secretary of State. Okay, in Georgia, it takes about 3 weeks to get it. Every state is different, right? And it costs about $100. So in Georgia, it costs $100. In New York, I think it costs about $275. In Cali, it costs up towards around $700. But every state is different, right? Okay, so you go to the Secretary of State. You select a name for your business and you register your name. When you are registering your name, they will ask you to select an entity, okay? Corporate entity. You can build business credit with almost any corporate entity type, but if you truly want to separate business from your personal credit, your business must be a separate legal entity, not a sole proprietorship or partnership. So if you select a proprietorship or partnership, then you're personally liable for that business, whatever happens with that business. So you should select a limited liability corporation or a corporation. Okay? All right. You need an EIN number. Okay. I'm not gonna go over the EIN number too much, but I'm gonna tell you what you need to know. There's two things you need to know about the EIN number, and that you cannot build business credit without an EIN number. It just cannot be done. And two, the EIN number is free. So you go to the irs.gov, takes you about 15 minutes to get your EIN number, and they give it to you right there on the spot. Okay? Okay. So that's the EIN number. Now, business address. This is an important piece right here. There are only three options when selecting your business address. All right. The first of which is to have a real brick and mortar building, right? But not everybody can afford that, right? So the second option is to have a virtual office address. And there are hundreds of companies that offer virtual office addresses in every city worldwide. Okay. And the last resort is your home address. Now, the reason why the home address is the last resort is because lenders and vendors do not consider home addresses, home-based businesses as being credible. But they look at it on a case-by-case basis. For instance, let's say you're a hairstylist, right? Well, that's logical. You might be able to pay a bill by doing hair from the house. Okay. They're just trying to see if this makes sense. Okay. On the other hand, let's say you're a trucking company. Well, maybe you can't house all your trucks at the house. It has to make sense. And one thing to note is that on your Dun and Bradstreet credit report is a Google Maps picture of your business address. So they're looking right at your business address, trying to determine if this makes sense. Okay? They're trying to see if this makes sense. This is the smell test. Does this make sense? Okay? So you must have a deliverable physical address. It cannot be, let me say that again. It cannot be a P.O. box. It cannot be a UPS address. Some lenders will not approve and fund unless this criteria is met. Now, I'm even going to tell you why it cannot be a P.O. box and why it cannot be a UPS address or any of those type of mailbox systems. Because on the application, in the address section, what they are actually doing with that information that you put on the application during the smell test, right? You got your business address. What they are doing is looking up a database of all PO boxes and all UPS addresses. And if your address comes up on that list, then they could deny you and they don't have to tell you why. Okay? All right. So that's why this stuff is very important. The smell test. Okay. In regards to the virtual office addresses, they offer address only. That's all you need for as low as $50 a month. They give you virtual office and true office, which is, they give you, the full office deal, right? They can rent you a office space. You have access to their receptionist. You have access to their break rooms. You have access to the meeting rooms and all this stuff, right? So, but for our purposes, all we need is that physical address that they can give you for as low as $50 per month. The company I use is Da Vinci. virtual office solutions. You can go to businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, and you can see the information to order your virtual office address from DaVinci. There's a telephone number, there's a name to ask for, and there's verbiage on exactly how to order the correct product. Because what happens here is DaVinci, they fill out a form that they send to the post office that will generate a unique address for you. Okay. See, there's a lot of these companies, these virtual office companies that will give the same address to hundreds of businesses. You don't want those type of virtual office addresses. You want a unique address for your business. Okay. All right. Now, telephone. This is important too. Actually, this is the step you do not skip over for sure. Well, none of these steps you skip over, but this one, a lot of people think they can skip over this. Is your telephone number. So you definitely need a dedicated local telephone number, okay? That's listed with the 411 National Directory Assistant under the business name. And when you do this, it takes your address as well. You go to listyourself.net and you can list your telephone number, right? Okay. Lenders, vendors, creditors, and even insurance providers will verify that your business is listed with 411. This is one of the first steps that they're going to check, okay? Now, a toll-free number will give your business credibility, but you must have the local business number for the listing with 411 directory assistance. So this is how it goes down. That local number I discussed, listed with National 411 directory, is needed. But a toll-free number and a fax number is not necessarily needed, right? But when they see that, on this application during the smell test, they're gonna see that you put in your business number, which should be listed, connected to your address. They're gonna check for that, no doubt. Okay, I know they're gonna check for that, no doubt. Now, when they check it and they say, okay, check, their number is listed with the address correct. Now they're going to see that you got a fax number and you got a 800 number. Now you're looking more credible. You're looking more like you're a credible business. Okay, that's how they think. Okay, that's not how I think, but that's how they think. So, business telephone, yeah. So that's what that is, right? Now, one thing to know is do not use a cell phone number or your home number as your main business line. This could get you flagged as an unestablished business that is too high of a risk. Do not give a personal cell phone number or a residential line as the business telephone number. The reason why, because on the smell test, the application in the part where they're asking you for your telephone number, right? What they are doing is looking to see if your phone is listed. And they're also looking and checking the database of all cell phone numbers and all home line numbers. If your number comes up on this list of being a cell phone number or a home line, they could deny you and they don't have to tell you why. Okay? And that's how they run it. Okay? Now you can forward a virtual number to any cell line or landline. Okay? Now, this is my go-to for getting your telephone number. Freedom Voice, Ring Central, or Vonage. All three of these companies will do you fine, but my go-to is Freedom Voice. Freedom Voice will give you a telephone number for a local number for $9.95 a month. They will list it for $13 a month. And you can get a fax number and a toll-free number for under $20 a month. Um, Michael, what question you had? Sorry, you need a landline for the business? No, that's not the deal. I said, do not use your home landline as your main business telephone number. Now, you can use that number to operate your business, but on the application, you need a number that is listed, a local number that is listed with National 411 directory. And you can get a local number from Freedom Voice, Ring Central, or Vonage. Okay? So do not use your cell phone or your landline as your main business number on this application. So the number you want to put in on your application is a local number that is listed with National 411 directory. And you can get those numbers at Freedom Voice, Ring Central, or Vonage. Okay? So using a landline or using a home base line can get you flagged. Okay? Yeah, this is stuff that a lot of people don't realize this stuff, right? But it's simple stuff, right? And it's good to understand how the lenders are thinking and how they are looking at your application during the smell test. they they just checking to see if you're credible. At this point, they're not even checking to see if you can get the account or get the loan. They're just seeing if you're credible. Okay, is what I call the smell test. All right. So you also need a website, okay? A website and an email, a business email, okay? Lenders and creditors will deny you if you don't have a website. Spend the time and money necessary to ensure your website is professionally designed and works well, okay? And when what's going to happen is on the side, they got your application. You might have put your website on that application. And what they're going to do is they're going to go search your name on Google. They're going to see what comes up. Right? Now, hopefully they find all information about your company with the same exact name, the same exact address, and the same exact business telephone number. They don't they don't want to find different addresses. They don't want to find different telephone numbers for your business. And when they find your website, they're going to skip over that nice, pretty home page and go straight to the contact page. When they go to the contact page, what they're going to do is they're going to check that telephone number and that address and make sure it's the same thing you put on the application. Now, you see, now they checking up on you, right? They checking up on you, right? All right. So that's what they do also. They're going to do that stuff, all right? They're checking to see if everything is lining up. Now, my company is MediaNet USA, and this company that I have, we do bookkeeping and accounting services for small businesses. And we also do websites. So we have a package that's called the Small Business Web Hosting Package. It is all inclusive. We do everything for you. You don't have to do anything. It includes domain registration, 12 months web hosting, website design, monthly updates, unlimited emails, expert customer service, internet consultation. Okay. If you need to talk to me about getting your website set up, schedule consult at businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. Or my telephone number is 404-500-9687. And also, this broadcast will be on YouTube, so you can go and see this again and again and show other people. All right. Okay. Now, you need a business email address. This is simple, right? I'm not even going to spend that much time on this, but you need a business email. Do not use a free email service like Gmail or Yahoo or AOL. Do not use those. Lenders do not want to see you doing business from a free email service. You could be anybody. They want to see you doing business from your website email, right? So it should be your name at yourbusinessname.com, right? That makes sense, right? That's simple stuff, though, right? It's simple. It's common sense. You just need to know this stuff, right? I'm not even spending that much time on emails. That's simple. Fax number. I talked to you about a fax number. It's good to have, but not needed, right? It makes you look more credible, right? Let me see. A bank account. Yeah, you definitely need a bank account. All right. Credible businesses have a bank account, right? So you need to be prepared to put on the application your bank name and your bank account number. They're just verifying that you have a bank account. All right. They're not trying to go in there and see what's in there, nothing like that. They just want to make sure that you're a business, you got a business bank account, right? Your banking history is vital to your future success of being able to secure larger business loans. The date you open your bank account is the day that lenders consider your business to have started. So if you incorporated your business 10 years ago, but you just opened your bank account yesterday, then your business just started yesterday. The longer your business banking history, the better your borrowing potential will be. Okay? Licensing. One of the most common mistakes when building credit for your company is non-matching business addresses on your business license. A lot of people got the license they need, but they got an old address. That will get you denied, having an old address on your license, the business license that you have, right? Whatever licenses and stuff that you need to operate, you need to make sure the address and the name lines up exactly. Okay. Even worse is not having the required licenses. So you will need to contact the state, county, and city government offices to see if there are any required licenses and permits to operate your type of business. Now, here goes another thing real quick before we get out of here. Take time to verify that main agency, state, IRS, bank, and 411 National Directory have your business listed in the same way with your exact legal name. Now, take the time to ensure every bill you get, power bill, phone bill, landlord, has the business name listed correctly and comes to the business address. So like, let's say you're an old business and you got old stuff out there on the internet, right? There's this company called Yext, Yext, Yext. They have a product called data cleansing that they'll go on the internet and wipe out all that old stuff and put the correct information, right? I don't know how much it costs or nothing like that, but they have a product called data cleansing, okay? Now, and last but not least is your Dun and Bradstreet number, okay? You need a Dun and Bradstreet number, all right? Obtaining a Dun and Bradstreet number begins the process of building your business credit profile with them. Your DUNS number will also play an important role in enabling your business to borrow without a personal guarantor. So, on the application, if there's a place to put your Dun and Bradstreet number and you don't have one, you will most likely not even get the account. I can tell you already that this company, if they have on the application, put your DUNS number here, that means they report to Dun and Bradstreet and they want to see that you have a Dun and Bradstreet number. And with the Dun and Bradstreet number, you're probably going to get approved because they know exactly where to send your payment information to. Okay. Without that Dun and Bradstreet number, then you're not looking credible at all. And this is stuff that's all on the application. Okay. So be prepared for that. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Because that ends like the setup, setting up your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Okay. Any questions on that stuff? Miss Chamberlain says she's all good there. Like, yeah. So just to summarize before we get out of here is that Setting up your business is the most important step to making your business fundable as you can get it. I know you're just starting out, so you need to have your business looking as fundable as possible from the beginning. Okay, you do those steps. Get your name, Secretary of State. Get your EIN number. You line up your address correctly. That address has to be correctly. It don't have to be correct before you fill out an application, but when you fill out an application, all this information needs to line up. Your business name, your address, your telephone number, your address with the IRS on your EIN number, your address on your bank account. Any place your business name, it has to be spelled exactly the same. All this stuff, all right? And that's the smell test. This is before they even actually consider giving you the account or the loan that you're asking for, okay? Setting up your business credible in the eyes of the lender. If there's no more questions, we're going to end the webinar. And I have another webinar coming up at 1 o'clock, which is the Business Credit Master Class, where I teach you how to build your business credit from scratch, okay? The real way, okay? And I'll answer all your questions. That's coming up at 1 o'clock. You can go register right now for it at businesscreditbuilder.us/events. Just go to the website. You can find the events page. And
I know. I just I sent you a question.
yeah.
So I have a phone plan, which is a personal plan, and I added a new number. Right, but this new number is just for my business, but I did not specifically register it as a business plan.
Okay, so you have a number for your business, and then you added another number.
Now, I have
So
a number, I have a personal line,
you had a personal line.
and then I added a new number
A
just
personal
for
line, what do you mean, from your home? A personal line?
cell phone.
A cell phone, okay.
Yeah,
And then you said you got another number. Which number is this? Where'd you get that number?
it's just a phone number, right? A new phone number that I added to my personal line.
Okay, that you added to your personal line. Okay, yeah, both of those ain't gonna work.
So how do I transform the second number to a business number?
Okay, so you would go to Freedom Voice. You can go to my website, which is
Uh-huh.
businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors.
Okay.
Vendors,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you will see Freedom Voice. There's a telephone number, so you can call Freedom Voice. They'll set you up and a local number for $9.95 a month. And then this is a two-step process. All right. You
Mm-hmm.
have to call them, get the telephone number, right? The
Mm-hmm.
local number for $9.95. And then you have to call them back and add to your account the listing for $3 a month. Okay. When you
Mm-hmm.
add that listing, it's going to ask you for your address for the business. Okay.
Okay.
So this is a two-step process. It's not going to work if you don't add that $3 listing. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. And that only costs $3 a month. So as low as $13, but you might as well just get the fax number and the 800 number for under $20 a month. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All righty. Any more questions, anybody? Okay. Everybody, I thank y'all for coming. If y'all check this out on the YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Put a comment in there. Let me know what type of business you're operating. And I'm gonna see y'all at 1 o'clock for the Business Credit Master Class at 1 o'clock. Everybody have a good day. Talk to you later. Happy holidays. Yes,
Same to
sir.
you. Bye bye.
Huh?